For a beautiful PDF transcription and study guide for this video, please head over to Telegram and download it from my Smissl channel. If you've been learning English for any length of time, you've probably noticed that when it comes to talking about the future, we use a lot of different tenses, not just going to or will. And you've probably wondered how and why we use so many different forms, right? Well, in this series, I'm going to do my best to explain all the ways in which we express the future in English, and what we're thinking when we use them, and situations where more than one future form can be used. In this video, we're going to talk about using the simple present to talk about the future in what I call the linear future. Why linear, you ask? Well, let's say you're at the airport and you're looking at the timetable to see when your friend's plane comes in. All the planes and their arrival times are laid out before you in a series of lines, giving you a clear picture of what plane arrives when. When we read items like this off a timetable, a calendar, a planner, etc., where planned events are laid out line by line according to a specific time, we tend to use the plain present to refer to them, even though we mention a future time. For example, Ross and Connor have decided to take the new express train to Miami for a day of fun. Connor arrives at the train station first and calls Ross, who's on his way. He pulls up the train schedule on his laptop. "Hey, I'm on my way. What time does the next train leave?" "According to this, it leaves in 30 minutes. "And when does it arrive in Miami?" "It arrives at 12:30. By the way, there's a lot of people here, so hurry." "That's because the South Florida Music Festival's this weekend." "Well, they just announced that boarding starts in 20 minutes. I'm pulling into the parking lot as we speak." In this dialogue, we see a pattern. In each case, Connor uses the present tense and mentions a future time, so there's no question as to when these events are going to happen, and so the present tense causes no confusion. So, you may be wondering, why even use it? Obviously, Connor could have just said the next train is leaving or is gonna leave in 45 minutes, and you're right. But using the present just makes it sound more scheduled and firm, because he's actually reading what he's seeing on the timetable in real time. Now, having said that, it's important to note that you don't have to be looking at a timetable or a calendar to speak linearly like this. If you're a reasonably organized person, you probably have a clear picture of your schedule in your head, and you can use this same linear future when you refer to it. To illustrate this, we need to go back 3 days to when the boys first started planning their outing. "Hey, what are you doing this Friday?" I have a class at 8, then I have an algebra exam at 9, I work out with Andy at noon, and I take Nina to the groomer at 2. "Cool. What do you say you cancel Andy and the groomer, and we take the new express train to Miami for the day?" "That sounds banger, but my mom flies in for the weekend on Saturday, so Nina needs to be bathed. My mom will flip out if she smells bad. You know she's funny about dogs in the house." "What time does your mom fly in?" "She lands at 4. "All right. So we give Nina a good bath that morning, and she'll be smelling like a rose by the time your mom gets here." "That works for me." Here, Connor isn't looking at his planner or calendar. He's recalling from memory what his schedule is, but he's reading off these planned events in the plain present as if he was looking at a timetable. See how that works? In this last dialogue, we had the line, "What do you say you cancel Andy and the groomer, and we take the new express train to Miami for the day?" This is another example of using the present form to talk about the future. Remember, they're talking about next Friday. Here, Ross is proposing that Connor cancel Andy and the groomer. When we make suggestions using phrases like, "How about?" or "What do you say?" or "I say," we use a plain present form of the verb, even though we're talking about doing these things in the future. In case you don't know, I say is another way of saying, I think we should, when proposing something. For example, how about you come over on Saturday and we can watch a movie? What do you say you come over on Saturday and we can watch a movie? I say you come over on Saturday and we can watch a movie. This last one means, I think you should come over on Saturday and we can watch a movie.
Ted, Sharon says there's another offer on the table and we have to move on this, so I say we do it.
I don't know what to think. I say we go looking for him.
I say you say nothing.
In the previous dialogue, we also heard Ross say, so we give her a good bath that morning. This type of expression is similar to the last one in that it's used to propose a course of action in the future using a present verb. It also shows us that we can add something to our linear calendar on the spot, in the middle of a conversation, and announce it as if it's already been scheduled. But bear in mind that this one is a bit nuanced because we only talk this way when the proposed action is meant as a solution to a problem, as in the dialogue above. Nina has to be clean when Connor's mother arrives on Saturday. Solution? We give her a good bath that morning.
Something went haywire down in shipping and receiving. Your shipments got screwed up in the computer, the wrong parts went to the wrong cities, and now all hell is broken loose.
I don't believe this.
Okay, so we call everyone and explain what happened.
No, Matt's not going anywhere. His injury doesn't look too bad, but you can never be sure if he has concussion.
Okay, so we go get help and come back.
This brings us to a very important and the most common use of the present tense to talk about the future. In the last dialogue, we also had the line, all right, so we give Nina a good bath that morning and she'll be smelling like a rose by the time your mom gets here. When we refer to a future time after temporal expressions like when, by the time, as soon as, etc., and conditional expressions like if, in case, unless, as long as, we always use a plain present form. Other languages may use an actual future form and say, for example, when your mom will get here, or as soon as you'll buy the tickets, or if it'll rain, which in English sound highly ungrammatical. After when and if, the future is referred to using a plain present verb. For instance, say Ross is planning to drive his car to the station on Friday and wants Connor to find out how much it costs to park the car there for the whole day. Hey, do me a favor. When you go buy the tickets tomorrow, find out how much parking is for the whole day. I already checked online. It's $10, and if you get there on Friday and the lot's full, there's extra parking behind the bank across the street. In this context, we'd never say when you'll go buy the tickets tomorrow or and if you'll get there. Future forms sound very unnatural after expressions that mean when and if. 1. Use a present verb to talk about scheduled events as they appear on a timetable, a calendar, a planner, etc., or as you recall them from memory as part of your planned schedule. Hey, we're thinking of driving to Miami for the weekend. You in? That depends. When are you leaving? Friday night? I can't. I have a math exam Saturday morning. 2. You can use a present verb to suggest a solution to a problem in the future. For example, say the boys arrive at the station on Friday and find it full of loud teenage girls going to the music festival. Ross definitely has a problem with this. Wait a minute. I don't know if I can handle a car full of screaming teeny boppers for 2 hours. Maybe we should go to Miami next week. So we pay a little more and upgrade to first class. And there's a bar. Say no more. 3. Use a plain present verb after words and phrases that mean when and if. As soon as you arrive. The moment you arrive. Whenever you arrive. If you don't arrive on time. Assuming you don't arrive tomorrow. As long as you arrive before 5. 4. Use a plain present verb to suggest doing something after expressions like, what do you say? How about? I say, what do you say we go to the movies this weekend? How about we go to the movies this weekend? I say we go to the movies this weekend. Remember, this last one means, I think we should go to the movies this weekend. Thank you as always for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more content like this.